Today I'm going to be talking about meditation and nursing burnout. In the United States alone, there are 3.9 million professional registered nurses. This makes up only 1% of the entire US population. This 1% is expected to save the lives of the other 99%. According to the World Health Organization, there are approximately 19.3 million nurses registered in the world. There are only 19.3 million to take care of the other 17 billion people. Nurses all over the world are held to extremely high standards, and a lot is expected from them. They're the largest component of the hospital staff, and oftentimes are the only ones who will associate with the patients. The biggest problem seen in nursing is burnout, the thing that most nurses experience. It is noticed as a type of condition that comes from professions like this, where they become exhausted and stressed to the point of not being able to cope with anything. Here is a video to help explain what nursing burnout is.
Nurses often see themselves as invincible givers, feeling that they must be able to give themselves completely to their patients without showing any signs of stress, fatigue, or depression. Nurses are awesome, but we have to deal with a lot of things, from the good to the real ugly, from taking care of a difficult patient to silencing the boisterous IV machine, to sicking a patient to negotiating with doctors. We do it all. Or it seems like we can do it all, but that's not always the case. Nursing is a stressful job, and sometimes we get too stressed. Prolonged stress can cause burnout. But burnout is not just stress, as stress is situational, and burnout lasts and lasts and lasts.
Going back, burnout is an emotional condition marked by tiredness, loss of interest, or frustration that interferes with job performance as a result of prolonged stress. There is also mental or physical energy depletion after a period of chronic, unrelieved job stress.
A job where we give, and the patients take, and take. So it's not we're weak or incompetent. Anyone can experience burnout. Although it's very similar to depression, fatigue, or anxiety, it's actually a whole different bundle. Burnout is characterized by 1. Emotional exhaustion. Much like how a car runs out of gas, nurses can run out of emotions. Depersonalization. Being overtly cynical and detached. Reduced personal accomplishment, which is negative feelings about oneself or the lack of enthusiasm.
Burnout causes nearly constant frustration and sometimes guilt. When you're in the front lines and know what's needed to provide quality care but do not have the resources to support, it's very irritating. Your frustration and bad attitude can spill over to your performance and interactions. A little about nursing. For school, it's about 2 to 8 years, not including residency. So they spend a lot of their time learning and kind of shadowing other doctors and nurses as they go through the profession. This is an article explaining why nurses are leaving and the condition that they get after they've had so many years of their career. There is so much stress and frustration that happens in this job from lack of support and even verbal or physical abuse from coworkers, managers, or physicians in the workplace. Meditation is very helpful for this, especially. Meditation is a practice where an individual operates or trains the mind or induces a mode of consciousness, either to realize some benefit or for the mind to simply acknowledge its content without becoming identified with that content or as an end itself. There are two types of meditation: loving kindness meditation and compassion meditation. Adding meditation into the workplace for jobs like this is very important to reduce the risk of burnout. Burnout happens very often in this job, and you need to take the time for yourself to sit back and kind of relax and know that you're doing the best you can. I think it is very important for nurses to remember this as a part of their career and when they're going through. And that is all.